Is intermittent fasting slowing down your metabolism? Are you actually making it harder to lose weight? There's a ton of misinformation out there, and today I'm breaking down the science so you don't wreck your results. If you felt stuck, exhausted, or feel like fasting just isn't working anymore, this video is for you. And trust me, the answer isn't what you think. Let's dive in. I'm Nick Garcia, holistic nutritionist. I've written a book called The 3-Week Intermittent Fasting Diet that thousands of women all over the world have used to see results. First, let's talk about the metabolism myth. One of the biggest myths is that intermittent fasting slows down your metabolism just like extreme calorie restriction. But here's the truth. Short-term fasting actually boosts your metabolism. Studies show that fasting for 12 to 48 hours can increase norepinephrine, a fat-burning hormone, and boost metabolism by up to 14%. This is your body's way of switching into fat burning mode instead of fat storing mode. So, what actually ends up slowing down your metabolism? Number one, chronic low calorie dieting, not necessarily fasting. Excessive long term fasting, 72 plus hours repeatedly without refeeding, or fasting too many times per week, especially if you're a woman. Severe nutrient deficiencies from poor diet choices. Just because you're fasting doesn't mean that you shouldn't eat high quality food. Why some people feel worse on intermittent fasting. If fasting is so great, then why do some people feel like their metabolism is crashing and giving up on them? Some possible reasons. You're fasting way too aggressively. If you're doing OMAD, like one meal a day, every day, your body might think you're starving instead of adapting. You might not be eating enough during your eating window. You need enough protein, about 1 gram per body weight, and healthy, good quality fats to maintain your muscle and keep your metabolism boosted high. And finally, chronic stress and poor sleep. These two things don't affect your calorie intake, but they have a huge impact on your ability to burn fat. High cortisol from stress is the ultimate fat burning blocker. What's a quick fix here? Start with 16-8 fasting. This is my personal favorite. Actually, I call it metabolic fasting, and make sure you're eating enough during that window. So now let's talk about long-term fasting and when does it end up hurting your metabolism. So when can fasting slow down your metabolism is what we're going to talk here. Here are some situations where fasting might actually be harmful. So number one, going to extreme, 5+ days of fasting repeatedly. We've kind of touched on this already. This can reduce thyroid function, active specifically T3 hormone, and cause your metabolism to slow down. Number two, not getting enough protein to maintain that metabolically active tissue. If you're fasting but not strength training or getting enough protein, muscle loss will definitely equal slower metabolism. Your muscle tissue is the metabolically active tissue. And number three, fasting combined with super low carb dieting for too long. While keto plus fasting can be huge and awesome, going too low on calories and carbs for too long will definitely cause a negative metabolic adaptation. So, how can you protect your metabolism while you're fasting? Cycle fasting. Don't go extreme every single day. Women should not do even 16-8 more than 4 times per week. You definitely want to also strength train and prioritize your protein. You need to be getting about 1 gram per pound of body weight. And finally, I've mentioned this before, eat enough calories during your feeding window. I cannot stress this enough. You don't want to go too low calorie, too low carb for far too long. So, does fasting end up ruining your metabolism? Is intermittent fasting just destroying your fat loss efforts? As a matter of fact, it is not. In fact, when done correctly, it can actually boost your fat burning and your metabolism overall. So the key takeaways are short-term fasting speeds up metabolism. Chronic undereating and extreme fasting can actually slow it down. This includes eliminating carbs for too long. Balance is key. Eat enough. Make sure to get enough protein. That is huge. And of course, listen to your body. If you've been seeing results and you're starting to plateau or stall or even gain weight, it's time to reevaluate what you're doing in regards to fasting and maybe go on more of a keto carb cycling type of program and stop fasting for a few weeks. So I want to hear from you. Have you ever felt like fasting has been slowing down your metabolism, or have you been able to, have a metabolic fix to something that was not working for you with fasting? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.